Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. This is episode 61. My goodness, we've been flying through the episodes. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I hope you guys are enjoying the live content that we are starting to do. But without further ado, man, let's get into the thread. And I feel like today's thread is going to be a pretty good one. What is the dumbest thing a customer has said to you? All right. Phone company call center here. Customer, I want my entire bill credited to zero. We show your service was on and working for the entire bill period. May I ask why you want a credit? I didn't have any power, so I couldn't use my service. Our phone service continues to work when the power goes out in your neighborhood. FYI, traditional copper landlines do work during outages. Plug in a corded phone and you're good to go. Quite a few people don't know this. Customer, but it was just my house that was out. I forgot to pay my power bill. I'm sorry, ma'am, but we cannot credit your phone bill due to non-payment of your electric bill. Well, can I get a credit for being a good customer? Customer history shows 6 denies for non-payments in 8 months. Silence. Yeah. I can't stand. Look, man, I come from a retail background. I can't stand when customers do some old dumb shit where they're like, I'm going to ask for the impossible. And you're like, really? Really? Come on, man. Like, I'm not, just because you got some problems going on and just because you are negligent on shit, that's not my problem. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my problem. I'm not going to go out of my way for somebody who can't get their shit together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. Jesus. I'm a flight attendant, and for some reason, people on planes don't know what black coffee means. I'll take a black coffee with cream and sugar. Like, my nigga, you just want a coffee with cream and sugar. It's not a black coffee anymore. The moment you put cream and sugar in it, it's not a black coffee. Black coffee is just coffee. That's it. I can see how that could be frustrating. They're just like, bruh, for real? You know, I think they just want to sound more sophisticated than they actually are, maybe. You know, it's a thing where they're just like, oh, I want to sound like, you know, I know what I'm talking about. Like, ooh, can I get a black coffee but cream and sugar? And it's like, it sounds great, you know what I mean? But it's like, do you know what you're actually ordering? Oh my god. Hey, I asked for light lettuce. Oh, sorry, remakes a sandwich. Here you go. I don't get all the rest of my order for free? What? No. She ordered for herself, her mom and 2 sisters. She was honestly shocked she wasn't getting 4 free meals free for a small mistake. Oh my god, dude. I would get that happen all the time. And you guys out there who are the grocery workers, oh, you know this one. Oh, there's no tag on this. Like, how much was this? Oh, if there's no tag on it, then it's free. Nigga, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Like, you are not going to get this for free. Stop it. Oh, my God. I can't stand when customers try to get shit for free. There was an episode I did a while back where I was talking about when customers say, oh, I do it all the time, when they try to bring back some old shit. You know, they try to bring back something that's from like a year ago, and then they're like, oh yeah, you sold it to me bad. You sold it to me like that. And it's like, did you look at the date on this? Like, you bought this like a year ago. So like, oh yeah, just swap it out for me. I do it all the time. No, you don't. No, you don't. I can't stand people who are always trying to get shit for free. Like, stop. You're annoying. Man. We don't have a military discount at the store I used to work at. Once this giant of a man tried to convince me to just make up a military discount for him. He even mentioned a few times that it was usually 10%. He was persistent for a good 5 minutes despite me repeatedly reminding him that it would get me fired. Then finally he leaned over the counter, stared right into my eyes and said, "How do you live with yourself? You're stealing people's money. How do you live with that?" And then he kept pressuring me to answer how I live with myself as if he really needed to know. What the fuck? Like, look, man, I mean, I'm all for like supporting the troops and whatnot, but I'm not about to lose my job over you, bro. You know, like hot take here, but some military dudes, they feel so fucking entitled to that military discount. They do, man. Like, I get it. You know, I get it 100%. You're serving the country and you're doing your thing. But look, man, if the establishment I work for doesn't do it, I'm not about to lose my job over you, bro. You know, I'm not about to do it. You can go test somebody else with that shit. Like I said, I appreciate the service you do, and you know, I thank you for serving the country, but it's like, look, I'm not about to lose my livelihood over you, man, just because you want 10% off or you feel entitled to that 10%. Like, sorry, man, if it ain't got it, we ain't giving it. You know, like I said, if I was in that position, I would have got a manager super fast. I'd be like, look, he can give you 10%, but I'm not. Fuck that shit. I'm just saying. You know? Let's see. Working at a chain restaurant, you never know what kind of things are going to come out of people's mouths. I once had a lady that literally said to me after trying her food, "This doesn't taste like the picture." What the fuck? What does the picture taste like? I swear to God, that's what I would have said to her. I would have been like, "Ma'am, what does the pitcher taste like?" Because I don't know what the pitcher tastes like, and I work at this motherfucker. So what does the pitcher taste like? You tell me. Because you tell me what the pitcher tastes like, I got you, fam. You know, and then on top of that, I'm like, how do I make it taste like the pitcher? You tell me that as well. You know, like, what? What goes through people? Okay. Yeah. You restaurant workers got it bad, bro. Especially you fast food people. Oh. Okay. Next one. Do you have to-go containers? Yes, we do. Here, I'll grab you one. Is that for a beverage or your meal? Oh, that's okay. I can make this work. Walks out with the restaurant plate. What the fuck? I mean, that's not considered like stealing or anything. Like, homeboy was just like, "Oh, no, it's all good. I'll just take the whole plate." I mean, as the server, I'd let it go 100%. I'm not about to fucking fight this dude over a fucking plate. No, thank you. I'm good. I'll let that dude walk right out gladly. If my manager want to do something about it, hey, that's on you, chief. That ain't on me. I ain't about to fight a nigga in the parking lot for a fucking plate. That's not about to happen. Hey, you ain't about to get me caught up in a fisticuffs over a fucking plate, bro. That ain't about to happen, man. That's crazy. All right, in New York State, you have to have your car inspected for safety. It is not safe. You can't drive it. I failed a woman's car because her brake pedal goes to the floor and the car barely stops. She loses her shit. She calls her husband, who bitches me out. "You don't know who I know. I'll have your job by the end of the month," etc. Man, they always say that garbage. "I'll get you fired. I know so-and-so." Good for you, but you ain't getting me fired. Trust me, when I worked in retail, so many customers try to get me fired over the dumbest shit. And I'm like, I'm not doing that for you. What the fuck? Get out of here with that crap. And they're talking about, "I know so-and-so, and I'm going to call corporate." Well, you have fun with corporate, because them niggas ain't going to do shit for you, because they don't give a fuck. Just like I don't give a fuck. You go waste your time. Go ahead. Go home and waste your time. I'll give you the number and everything. You go waste your time by yourself. Fuck we talking about here? Her, are the brakes something the collision shop would check after an accident? Me, sure, but it depends on where the damage was. Her, okay. I just got my car back and they didn't say anything. I crashed into a building because the brakes didn't work. And this nigga's like, weird. I wonder fucking why. I'm sitting here telling you your car is not safe because I have to push your brakes to the floor before the car even starts to slow down. And then she's like, well, that's probably why I hit a building. Yep, that makes sense. Like, no shit, bitch. No shit. Man, that is the audacity. In high school, I worked at Burger King, which was next door to a KFC. I was at the counter and a man came storming in with a paper bag in his hand, and he leans over the counter and yells, "You gave me fucking coleslaw." I was taken by surprise and didn't really understand what was going on, so I asked him, "Sorry, did you say coleslaw?" He proceeds to yell, "I just came through the drive-thru and I ordered mashed potatoes and I got coleslaw." I took so much self-control not to laugh in his face. I kindly told him, "Sir, this is Burger King." His eyes got wide. He looks around, walks out, and I hope he got his mashed potatoes. Some people do the fucking most. This guy walked in. He went over the counter. He was like, yo, you gave me coleslaw. I wanted mashed potatoes. What the fuck? Dude's like, what sir, what's going on? He's like, I wanted mashed potatoes. You gave me coleslaw. Sir, this is Burger King. That motherfucker was like, oh, for real? Wait, oh, wow. Yeah, this is Burger King. Cool. Walks out after me. I would be laughing my ass off. I'd laugh in front of him. I ain't gonna lie to you. I remember me and one of my best friends, not Alex, but a different guy. We went to a KFC one day. I love telling this story because this story is fucking hilarious. We went to a KFC one day, right? And me and him haven't hung out in a while. It's been like, couple, I would say 5 or 6 months we haven't seen each other. And so we link up and we're like, yo, we're hungry. And he was like, yo, you want to go to KFC? And we're like, yeah, let's go. So we go to KFC, we order our food, we get our drinks, we're sitting down, and then our food comes out. And then this guy and his daughter walk in. And after we're just eating our food, and we can kind of hear off to the side they're him ordering. And so he's like, oh, can I get like I don't remember what number it was, but it was a little combo thing. And then he was like, what are the sides? And the girl at the counter is like, oh, well, we have all our sides listed here, because they have above them the menu, and they have all the sides listed there. And he was just like, I didn't come here to fucking read. What are your sides? And she's like, okay. She starts listing off all the sides while we are dying. We are busting up laughing in front of this dude's face. And he was there just like, I wouldn't say mortified, but he was embarrassed. Cause it's like, for one, he's with his daughter. And then two, dude is yelling over some dumb shit. He's over here, I didn't come here to read. I came here to eat. What are your sides? I'm like, yo, this man's going wild. And we're just in the corner like, oh shit. He didn't come here to read. He came here to eat. We're over here just ad-libbing this motherfucker. And he turned around and looked at us. He was all mad and shit. I was like, dude, you're the one looking goofy in a KFC talking about, I didn't come here to eat. I didn't come here to read. I came here to eat. Like, come on, bruh. We were laughing so hard in that motherfucker's face, bro. Oh, because I felt so bad for the girl too, and she kind of low-key thought it was funny too. She was kind of laughing and smiling at us, but we were on her side. We're like, bro, get the fuck out of here with your garbage ass. He's over here. Oh no, I didn't come here to read. I came here to eat. What are your sides? Oh my god. I always remember that story because it's just like, really, man, there's no point in doing all that extra shit, dude. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I have so much sympathy for you fast food workers, bro. I got so much sympathy. Okay, lady ordered fries with no salt. She comes back and complains, there's no salt on my fries. Okay. Why are you gonna order something and it's like, can I get a burger with no lettuce? And then you complain, why is there no lettuce on my burger? Come on, bro. Oh my god, I'm telling you, man, you fast food motherfuckers got it bad, bro. You got it bad. Not necessarily something they said, but something I've said repeatedly happened. Person insists that they are allergic to gluten, demands everything be made gluten free. Sure, I have no problem with that. It's not something you can control, no problem. Person then orders a beer. Okay. Well, beer is not gluten free. So this is one of those things where I feel like people gloat way too much about like, oh yeah, I'm vegan. Oh, well, how long you been vegan? Oh, for about a week. Fuck out of here, you ain't vegan. Shut up. I've known this one guy I used to work with. He said that he was a vegetarian, but he was like, oh, but I still eat tuna. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I still eat tuna. And I'm like, tuna is meat, right? And he's like, no, tuna's not meat. And I'm like, yes, it is. Seafood is meat. And he's like, no, it's not. He was like, how is it? And that makes no sense. It's not an animal. And I'm like, nigga, what? Since when is a tuna not an animal? Like, bro, what? Like, that's what I mean. And I run into so many people like that, man, who just, they try to like, what is the word I'm trying to say? They try to not really justify it, but they try to have loopholes in shit. You know what I mean? They want to act like they're vegetarian or they act like they're vegan. And then they sit there and they eat shit that is not vegan or that's not, because they want to seem cool or they want to seem part of the crowd, or they're doing it for some girl or whatever. And I'm like, what? Yeah, it just makes no sense to me. Like, look, if you're actually a person who's been doing veganism for years or you've been doing vegetarianism for years or whatever, good on you, 100%. And you actually know what it is and you actually follow by the fucking strict rules of it. And you're not sitting here trying to loophole shit. Oh, on Tuesdays, I have some chicken. Like, no, I can't stand that shit. I got into a side tangent here, but goddamn. All right, let's see. Oh, God. I will destroy you on Yelp. What kind of bullshit is that, man? Some people feel like they got all the power in the world because of Yelp. It's like, bro, Yelp ain't gonna destroy us, man. Come on. Like, when I worked back in retail, bro, like I said, I worked at the grocery store. I worked at Stater Brothers, as you can see. For me, there would be so many customers that would sit there and just be like, oh, well, I'm going to write a review on you. I'm just like, do what you going to do, bruh. It's not going to affect me, man. You know what I mean? It ain't going to affect me, no none. All right, like, chill out, man. It's not going to affect me none. And they just think they have all the power in the world. I'm going to get you fired. You probably won't. We're union. The shit retail and fast food workers go through, bro. I worked at a Subway when I was 16. A customer asked me the difference between the turkey and ham. I told her ham was made from pigs and the turkey was made from turkey. She did not like the answer. You know, I've had that so many times because, like I said, back when I worked in retail, I worked in the meat department. And, I talked about it in a previous episode before, when people would try to bring back some meat and, they froze it and then like the tag says it was a year ago or whatever. There would be a lot of times where we'd have different things in the case and in the meat case. And, it's the same meat. It's just a different marinade and stuff. You have no idea how many times people fought me to the death about the difference between two marinades, because they would be like, oh, okay, you got citrus and you got ranchero. What's the difference? And I'm like, oh man, it's just the marinade. Like the ranchos are more of a peppery marinade and the citrus is more, a citrusy marinade. You got like orange, lime, lemon that type shit, but the meat is that exactly the same. And they're like, okay, but that didn't answer my question. What's the difference? And I'm like, it's the marinade. That's the difference. And they're like, okay, but is the meat different? No, not at all. It's the same meat, just different marinade. And they're like, okay, but what makes it different then? If it's the same, what makes it different? And I'm like, the marinade. That's what it is, the marinade. Okay. But is the meat different? No, it's not. Oh, is one more tender than the other? No, because it's the same meat. Okay, all right, yeah, no problem. Okay. Is one thicker than the other? No, because it's the same meat. Cut the same way. It's just marinated different. Okay, all right, cool, all right, okay. And it's the same price for each one. Okay. Let me ask you, is this marinade better than that one? Which one's more popular? And I'm just like, it's up to preference, man. If you like a little more peppery steak, peppery marinated steak, or maybe you're not a fan of that. Maybe you like a little more citrus. You know what I mean? And they're like, nah, I'm good. I don't like any of those anyway. And then walk off, and I'm like, what? What just happened? I'm like, okay, great talking to you. I mean, dude, it'd be that type of shit. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, yo, that they don't like the answers I'm giving them. And so then they try to like change the question ever so slightly, but then they get the same answer. And I'm just like, bro, for what? For what? And these are grown ass people. All right. These are grown ass men and women. I'm going to add that to it. These are grown ass men and women over here can't read a sign and talking about, oh, well, what's the difference? What's this and that? I'm like, whoo, it's like talking to a 5-year-old, bruh. God, I don't miss retail. I don't miss it, brother. I don't miss it. I'm telling you. Woo! All right, we're going to do 2 more. I worked at a wireless phone company call center. This lady didn't receive an operating manual, so I opted to help her through getting her new phone set up. Me, have you turned the phone on yet? Her, no, not yet. Okay, please turn on the phone and hold the power button on the side. Her, nothing is happening. Me, okay. Perhaps it needs to be charged. Please plug it into the charger and let it charge for a few minutes. Her, okay, it's plugged in now. I tell her how it's odd that she would have to charge it because it's usually charged halfway a few minutes past. Me, okay, turn it on now. Her, still nothing. Me, that's the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. Can you take the battery out for me? Her, the battery is already out. Well, fuck, there's your problem. I understand that I didn't tell her that she needed to put her battery in the phone, so maybe it was partially my fault. but I think it was quite stupid of her to not put the battery in, because most things that come with batteries need to have the batteries put inside before they work. I like to think that people are smarter than they are, but they're not. We just went over a scenario where I literally told you guys how people will ask a shit ton of dumb questions, and then that's that. And you're thinking like, these are grown ass men and women. You would think they'd have some common sense, but as we all know nowadays, common sense ain't as common as it used to be. That's ridiculous. She's over here like plugging in her phone like, oh, no, nothing's happening. Is the battery in there? No. Oh, well, maybe you should put your battery in. That might help you out. Oh, all right, we're going to do two more. I might have already said two more. I don't know. We'll just do two more. I'm getting lost in the sauce. I ain't gonna lie to you. See, a lot of customers try to say this bullshit. And like, look, bro, you gonna be back next week. Shut up. You'll lose business because of this. After an argument, I don't own the franchise of Pizza Hut. Please, I implore you, take your business elsewhere. But they don't. They come back fucking next week. You have no idea how many times when I worked at Stater Brothers in the store, people would sit there and be like, oh, well, you're never going to get my service ever again. I'm like, all right, cool then. Bye. Bye, Felicia. And then next week I see they bitch ass in here and I'm like, yup, look at you. Looking dumb as fuck in the store. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And it happened all the time. All the time. I swear to God, it happened all the time. It was one of those things where they would argue and they would fight you tooth and nail. And a lot of times they would be in the wrong too. And they knew they were in the wrong, but they're just kind of double downing on dumb shit. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. Double down on some dumb shit. Why don't you? But then they sit there and they're like, oh, well, you never gonna get my service ever again. I'm like, all right, cool then. Bye, Felicia. Shit, I don't need you. There's so many customers that come in this bitch padding my paycheck. I don't give a fuck about you. Well, what you gonna do with your EBT and fucking food stamps? Get the fuck out of here. And it was always them. It was always the food stamps and EBT people, bro, that would be fighting you tooth and nail. And I'm like, just because it's the beginning of the month and your EBT and food stamps refilled and whatever, and then they over here buying stupid shit with their EBT, like, fuck you. Get out of here with that garbage. Man, out here using my tax money for your groceries. I'm paying for your food. Fuck out of here. Man, I can go all day with this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, we're gonna do one more scenario, and then we're gonna get up out of this. All right. Worked at a swimming pool store. Lady asked why she couldn't put salt in her steel above ground pool. Told her salt is corrosive to metal, so it would destroy the pool. But steel isn't metal. Really? I would have understood if she was just being pedantic and pointing out that technically it's an alloy of iron and carbon, but no, she just thought it was something else, I guess. I basically just ended with, it's going to rust, don't do it. I would bet she did it. Edit. So glad that after years of trying to explain this to people, I've gotten the chance to tell this story to an audience. I just can't explain how rage-inducing her confusion, stubbornness, and in the whole matter was. How do you not understand concepts of corrosion or metal as a 40-year-old? She was destroying $5,000 to $6,000 basically. The frustration still boils inside of me 6 years later, man. You and me both, brother. When you try to get a customer to understand something and they just for some reason don't want to understand what you're saying, it's like, lady or sir, I come to this bitch 5 to 6 days out of the week. You don't think I don't know what I'm doing? You don't think I don't know how to do my job? I come to this bitch more often than you do. I am here for 8 hours. And you don't think I don't know how to do my job? Most people in this bitch have been here for 30, 40 plus years. You know? Like, you don't think I don't know what I'm doing? You don't think these people who have been here for 30, 40 years haven't taught me how to do my job? Like, come on, bro. It baffles the fuck out of me when people walk into an establishment and they think they know better than the people who come to this bitch every single day. Bro, what do you mean? You know nothing. Stop. And then, some people try to sit there. Oh, I was in your shoes once. I used to do your job. Yeah, I used to do my job 15 years ago, Harold. But times have changed, nigga. Shit. We don't do that shit no more. We got technology now, bro. Goddamn. I'm telling you, bro, retail is... People sometimes in the retail space are just jokes, bro. They are just fucking jokes. Like when I got out of it, I see it on the other side now. I'm on the other side of that counter. And for me, I'm just like, my hat's off to you, brother. I'm always so nice to retail people. I am always just like, I try to look for shit myself. I try to be the least amount of stress possible for these people because I know they're going to get 2 to 3, 4 people a day just stressing them out for no fucking reason over the dumbest shit. They had a bad day at work. They're upset. The day is wrong. I don't fucking know. But the shit that they be trying to pull, bro, is just ridiculous, man. But that was today's thread. I hope you guys enjoyed that thread and my little rants. If you guys are, working retail, somebody that works in retail, man, comment some stories down below that, whatever, you guys have gone through, what you've experienced, whatever the case may be. Because like I said, man, retail shit is wild. Fucking wild, man. So go ahead and comment, some of your stories. I'd love to see them. But let's go ahead and get into the announcements for today's show. So, as you know, this episode should be coming out on Tuesday, I believe the 12th, if I'm mistaken. Let me see here. This should be, oh no. Yeah, this should be the 12th. Yes. Okay. And so we're now doing live content. So over on TikTok, we are going live every Sunday at 5 p.m. So if you guys want to get in there, like I said, every Sunday, 5 p.m., jump in the live on TikTok. If you are not following us on TikTok, go ahead and follow us on there. If you are listening primarily on Spotify or if you're primarily on Apple Podcasts, I do have the link tree. You can go in the link tree and then go ahead and just go to our TikTok from there. Follow us. And then every Sunday, 5 p.m., if you can jump in a live stream, come on, jump in. If not, don't worry about it. I still got you. I will be uploading every single live stream to Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well as YouTube, so you guys can catch the live streams there. But yeah, man, all the support that you guys have been given, as far as all the downloads, the ratings, the comments, following on TikTok and Instagram, all the support has just made me want to make the show better and give you guys even more content. So now, instead of having just a Tuesday, Thursday show, you guys are going to have a Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday show. If you're on Patreon, you're going to get a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday show. So make sure you get on the Patreon, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Yeah, man, get in there. We got some crazy shit going on in there. You can, I've gotten into now doing Patreon stories, so go ahead and send me a story of yours. I believe we're going to be covering a few stories today from Patreon. We did a whole Patreon story episode, the last episode. So, hop in there, man. Let's do the dang thing. I appreciate all of the support, though. And yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the scenarios for today. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to look for it. Okay. Cheating or not, cam girls. Is it cheating if your spouse pays for a cam girl? some context. In the past, before we were married, they asked for permission. I said no. They asked again because I am deployed for 9 months. There is a 10-hour time difference and I did not reply, so they paid for a cam girl despite it being a no in the past. Their argument, it's virtual, they're nameless, it's situational because of the deployment. To me, it's paying for a sex worker, a barely clothed chick that you are listening and responding specifically to what you ask them to do, and you coming. How is it not cheating? I feel like it cheapens our marriage and I don't know how to communicate this better. They agreed to stop because it hurts my feelings, but they think they were in the right. Help me understand them or validate me, please. Thank you. All right, look, I'm going to go ahead and do both. I'm going to understand you and I'm going to validate you. All right. I'll understand you in the first. For one, the understanding. I understand this because why are you paying for this girl on a live, and all this kind of stuff? My nigga, Pornhub is free. Porn in general is free. I really don't get this whole thing of like paying for porn. I don't get it. It's stupid and ridiculous. It's like you're burning money to jerk off. For what, dude? For what? It's stupid and fucking retarded. What are you doing? You know what I mean? That just makes no sense for me. But and that's why, I'm against that. Like if he was just beating his meat, he's just watching porn, whatever. Okay, understandable because you're gone, this and that. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, that motherfucker shouldn't really be doing that because then he's not going to want to have sex with you. He's going to be so used to, the porn aspect and talking to these girls. He's like, being with an actual girl is not the same. It's not, what it's all cracked up to be and everything, because he loves the fantasy so much, that he really can't he really can't get into the real thing, because he's so used to the fantasy. He's so used to everything that's going on here, which I think is ridiculous. And I think it's kind of stupid, but I mean, that's some guys, I guess. My thing is, I don't understand the whole paying for it. My guy, go watch some free shit and beat your meat, Now, I do validate you because I get it, It's one of those things where it's like, you feel like it cheapens the marriage because you feel like now there's like another woman in there and things. Understandable, like, I can only really validate you on the fact that he's in the wrong because it's monetarily, like that money could be saved, but instead he's throwing it at internet chicks. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're in the wrong because what you're doing is that money that you could be saving, you are throwing it at these internet whores. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is ridiculous. So you're fucking ridiculous. You are throwing away you and your wife's future for internet whores. And I can guarantee you he's paying these chicks a lot of money. He's probably throwing a 20 here and there, probably throwing, maybe 100 there, because you got to understand, to, what I've heard, my knowledge or whatever, a lot of these girls are like, you can tip $1 here and there, but if you really want me to do something, you're going to have to really charge me something. You really gonna have to, it's gonna have to be like $20, $50 for me to actually do something with you, and it could get even up into the hundreds, $500s, $1,000 this motherfucker is spending on these chicks. Imagine if he's only spending, let's say $5 a day, and this dude's beating his meat, let's say 3 times a week. Dude, you're already spending, I would say, what? You have, that's about $15 a week. You do 15. I could do some quick math. I got a calculator right here. Because you do simply like 15 Time 4, you done spend $60 a month, probably even more than that if I'm being honest with you. I'm just lowballing it with $5. But think about it. That's already $60 a month. And that's just him, watching them 3 times a month or 3 times a week. Imagine if he's watching even more than that. Just imagine if he was spending $20 a week. Bro, like, come on, man. It's just... it's like, what are you doing? Do I think it's cheating? I don't think it's cheating, but I do think it's a dumb move, from a financial point. You know what I mean? I really don't think it's cheating just because he's not really having physical sex with these chicks. I mean, if anything, he's just paying for porn. That's all he's really doing. He's just paying for porn. He's not really fucking these girls or having a relationship with them. Now you could argue it is cheating just because he's actually talking to them, like he's writing down messages and stuff and then they're reacting to it. So technically he's talking to these girls. So I could see how it's cheating there, but I wouldn't really look at it like that. I would look at the monetary aspect of it. Because it's like, my guy, you have way too much time on your hands, bro. You got way too much time on your hands if you're out here in cam girl sites and you're over here, giving them money and shit. Oh, yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is that cheating or not? All right, let's get to the next one. All right, here we go. My husband wants me to sleep with other people and I have no idea why. Okay, I understand that from the title. This sounds absolutely insane. But I, 33 female, have a husband, 40 male. We also have a daughter who we adopted, 19 female. Just recently, my husband came to me and asked me to go out on dates. When I asked what he meant, he showed me a Tinder profile he'd made pretending to be me and said that he had over 100 matches and said that he wouldn't mind if I date and even have sex with them. Honestly, I have no idea what to do in this situation. It's honestly just so strange. I didn't think there were any issues with our marriage as we've been together since college, and I don't know if I'm just a bad wife. Any advice? Nah, this nigga is cheating on you, and you just don't know about it. This guy is practically saying, hey, can you go ahead and cheat on me real quick so that way I feel validated on the cheating that I'm doing? Because this motherfucker is clapping some other bitch's cheeks, and if I'm being honest with you, there's a good possibility it might be the adopted daughter. I don't want to say that, but it could be. I don't know. That's a little scary to think about if I'm being honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. There's some crazy motherfuckers out here. You just never know. You never know. But I personally think he is cheating. I do. I feel he is 100% cheating on you and you just don't know about it. You're kind of just playing the oblivious game like, it's all good. He comes home to me. We Gucci fam. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Which, hey, good on you. Do your thing. But I feel like he is trying to justify his cheating by getting you to cheat and being like, hey, it's okay, go ahead and fuck some other bitches. Because there is no guy, and I mean no guy, that would ever condone his wife going and go smash another dude. In no way, shape, or form. Unless he's the type of guy that knows his girl wouldn't, go for it. And so he feels like he has to do a whole open relationship situation. Like, come on now. You guys let me know. That's what I think. I think that he is cheating. There's a possibility it's with the daughter they adopted. Hope not, but hey, you never know. There's some crazy shit that goes on in this world. This podcast has shown me some wild shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, go back and watch some of the episodes if you haven't. Like, if this is your first episode, go back and watch some of the other episodes and you're gonna see the wild shit I'm talking about. The scenarios are fucking stupid crazy. All right, I'm just saying. This podcast has been opening my eyes to some crazy shit that be happening in the world. My goodness. Like, whether it was an episode that had my dad on, that had my mom on, had my best friend on, like, I'm telling you, some wild shit. But yeah, you guys let me know. Like I said, that's what I think. Okay, let's see. Am I the asshole for calling my friend a stupid bitch because of how she allows her boyfriend to treat her? This is going to be a long post. Okay. I, 22 female, have been friends with Rebecca, 22 female, for about 3 years now. We met at a party and have been the closest friends since. I love Rebecca, but her taste in men is horrendous. All of them look like they beg to be on Earth, have terrible morals, personalities, friends, and are overall disgusting people. Her current boyfriend, Zach, is all of her exes, or is like all of her exes. He's unfortunately very attractive as a person, and I cannot stand him. But Rebecca is my friend, so I support her in her only. Yeah, and her only. 4 months ago, Zach came crying to Rebecca and love bombing her, admitting that he slept with another girl because he was under a lot of stress. He's in postgraduate program. Rebecca has inconsolable because she has been cheated on in the past, and Zach hurt her. She dumped him while he cried like a baby begging for forgiveness. All of her friends were there for me, or for her, including me, until she told us she was considering taking him back. We straight up told her she was better than that and deserves better, but she took him back anyways. Oh man. Look, I'm all for like being there for your friend and, trying to warn them from their bad decisions and shit. But if I'm being honest with you, sometimes you got to let your friends firm that shit. It sucks to say that type of shit, but sometimes you have to. Sometimes you got to just let your friends fucking fall in the pit and, warn them, of course. Tell them, hey, look, I don't think this is a good idea. I just think that you could do better. He cheated on you once. He could just do it again with his old little bitch ass sob stories, and on top of that, it's like, man, if a guy has to grovel on his knees and cry and beg you to come back, he's not a guy you want to be with anyway. Let's keep that hundo P, if I'm being honest with you. So simply putting, like I said, girl, what you're going to have to do is you have to simply just be like, look, what we're going to do is you do your thing. I'm going to support you. But when this nigga come cheating on you again and you want to whine and cry and blah, 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 don't get mad when I tell you I told you so. I'm just saying. Don't get mad when I tell you I told you so, because it's the truth. It's like, I told you. I told you he wasn't like that. He wasn't about it. I told you. But you didn't want to listen. So that's cool. I ain't tripping. I ain't, do your thing, baby girl. But just know, when that motherfucker break your heart again, I told you so. You know what I mean? Yeah, she said she's a stupid bitch, because she is, 100%. But look, man, you gotta let your friends fall on their face sometimes. I do. I let my friends fall on their face. When I see them making a bad decision, I'm like, look, man, I don't think this is a good decision. I don't think you should do it. And they're like, but so, this and that. And they try to justify it to you, of course, and whatnot. But I just tell them, hey, you know what? That's cool. Do you think, brother? But when she go ahead and absolutely destroy your life and you're sad and miserable, don't worry, bro. I got you. I got a shoulder you can cry on. But I'm going to tell your dumb ass I told you so. And sometimes that's what you got to do. It's plain and simple. Plain and simple. That's what you got to do sometimes. It sucks because, that's your friend. You know what I mean? It does suck because, like I said, that is your friend. But, what you going to do? You know what I mean? All right. Let's see here. Okay. Ooh, we got a pretty juicy one for the next one. How can I get over my boyfriend's brother? Whoo, goddamn. Hello, apologies in advance for how long this is, and any help is appreciated. It all started when I, 27 female, met this guy, 28 male, at my work shortly before I was quitting. He was cute, cool, respectful, and had all the qualities I would look for in a guy. I spent those final days at work getting to know him, and he had developed quite a crush on him, and I developed quite the crush on him. He was kind of shy and kept to himself, so I would often find myself looking for him or trying to put myself in scenarios where we could end up chatting for a bit. While he was reserved with most people, I could tell he had taken a liking to me, and my best friend at work thought so too. Around this short period of time, his younger brother, 26 male, had started working there as well. So I quickly befriended him by and association. The younger brother was different. He was way more outgoing and always down for an adventure, which was pretty similar to my bubbly personality. And since I would have had a hard time finding the old brother, I figured getting close to his younger brother was the next best thing. My time left at the job was short lived, but I had a really great time with both of them, and before I knew it, my last day had come. To my shock, the younger brother confessed his feelings for me and asked me if I would be interested in going on a date. This truly threw me for a loop, as I had only really thought about the older brother in that way, because I typically don't date younger guys. Finding myself in the situation, I was thinking about the two brothers and realized that many, if not most, of the features, morals, and values that I liked in the older brother were found in the younger brother as well. That, along with the fact that I felt like mine and the younger brother's personalities meshed better, I figured it wouldn't hurt to consider him as an option. I obviously couldn't turn down the younger guy by telling him I had a thing for his older brother, so I instead told him that I needed some time to think about it, when in all honesty, she could have, but I guess she didn't want to, because she felt like, I like the older brother, but at the same time, the younger brother, him and I vibe a little better. Ugh. With this time, me not seeing them on a regular basis anymore, my communication with the older brother dwindled down to a few times. I'd see him at house parties, which upset me because I really thought there was a spark there, and I'm a true believer of the if he wanted to, he would mentality, which meant to me that even if the older brother was shy, even if he did like me, it wasn't enough to go out of his way for me. But the younger brother stayed in touch, even though I turned down his date offer. He didn't ghost me. He was respectful of my boundaries and still talked to me on a regular basis and remained a good friend. Eventually, I had realized that my feelings for the younger brother grew, and I decided to give it a shot and ask him out on a date. Fast forward 5 months, and we've been happily dating since. He's an amazing guy, and I feel lucky every day to have in my life. My problem is I still can't seem to let go of some feelings I had towards the older brother. It would have been easy for me to write him off if he was a bad guy, but some of the things I love about the younger brother, who's my boyfriend now, exist in the older brother as well. I keep thinking that I'm so pathetic for holding on to a simple crush from so long ago, and I tell myself I'm over him, but on the rare chance that I run into him, I feel myself getting flustered all over again. Yesterday, my boyfriend told me he loved me for the first time, and while that made me the happiest girl in the world, while I believe I love him too and want to say it back, I couldn't, because I can truly be in love with someone. I can't truly be in love, or because can I truly be in love with someone when I'm still thinking of another guy? Today I ran into the older brother while I was out drinking with his roommate, so I joined them for a couple of drinks. Normally he would just head home with them afterwards, but tonight he stuck around, hung out with me one-on-one for a bit, and had a bit happen, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is a really long, so TLDR, me and my boyfriend are pretty serious, but we want to wait a bit longer before telling our families about the relationship, which means the older brother has no idea we're dating. Okay, so she wrote a way too much. I'm going to just shorten that shit up. That's way too much. So pretty much she met the older brother, was like, ooh, this guy's kind of cute. He's, pretty dope guy. He's kind of shy though, but our personalities get to match together, whatever. I'm leaving this job anyway. So, everything's cool, copacetic, but then she meets the younger brother, and the younger brother and her are like super vibing, and they're like, ooh, I could get to know this guy. He's great. He's a lot of fun. And the younger brother's just like, hey, I like you, and I was wondering if you want to go on a date. She turns that shit down in the girl fashion of, oh, let me think about it, which is no. And so, with that, it's like, the fact that he just said no, it's like, dude, you could have just said no, but hey, it is what it is. And so, simply with that, it's like she now is in like this weird love triangle. It reminds me of the show, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Yeah, if you've ever like read the book or if you've ever seen the show on Amazon, it's one of those things where it's like this girl, she's been in love with the older brother forever, and then all of a sudden she gets closer with the younger brother, and then, she starts to like him, whatever, or she thinks she does, and then she kisses him, and then like they faux date or whatever, and then, in reality, she really likes the older brother, so on and so forth. It's kind of the same situation, she's in this kind of same situation, but for her, the girl in the scenario, she actually is dating the younger brother, and I think that's a little weird, if I'm being honest with you, just because it's like you did kind of turn him down, and you looked at it like, oh, just because he's not trying, you kind of just gave up on homeboy and you kind of just went with the guy that is trying. I don't know. That's such a weird one. Because, I mean, you can't really give too much advice because they're brothers. Like, you're going to see the older brother all the time regardless, especially when you guys go public. Think about it like this. Once you tell the family, then the older brother knows, and then the older brother is going to have so much animosity and try to break you guys up, or it's just going to be super weird. He's really not going to want to talk to you. Like, oh, I don't know. I feel like you should at least talk to the older brother, see kind of how he feels, and go from there. Talk to him and just be like, hey, I kind of liked you, you know what I mean? And then you really didn't do anything about it. So, I just wanted to know, like, did you like me? You know what I mean? Maybe something like that. That might help. That might, I don't know. It might even complicate more things because then, he's probably just like, oh, I still like you. And then that might make things worse. I don't know. Hey, oh, you're in a pickle, girl. You're in a pickle. I don't know. You guys comment. You let me know what should she do? Because I don't know. I don't know with that one. That's tough because it's not like this guy and this guy are like, they live in different houses or, they're brothers. So obviously, if she dates one, she's going to see the other all the time. If she breaks up with the guy that she's, girlfriend, boyfriend with now, then, and starts dating the brother, it's like, you're going to see your ex all the time. Like that kind of sucks too. So I don't know. Good luck to you, girl. Because I don't know. I have no idea. All right, we got our next one. Am I the asshole for wanting to dump my boyfriend for having a small penis? Damn, it's hard out here for a pimp. I recently got back into dating, so I'm learning a lot about what I want, like, dislike in a partner. I recently met a guy that I would argue is simply amazing. He's kind, nurturing, and super attractive to me. And the best part is he's super into me. He literally adores me and I him. Now, obviously, when we started talking, I had concerns about both his body and health. However, I didn't want to cut someone off for the way their body looks, especially because I love his personality so much. Now, naturally, as we are both super interested in each other, of course, we're spending so much time with each other, our relationship escalated to sex. And unfortunately, when I saw him naked, I was completely turned off. Wow. Not only is his body unattractive, but his man parts are just so small. I'd never seen one that small in person before. In all seriousness, the condom would not fit at all. And I feel really guilty because I know how he views relationships / sex. And I really don't want to hurt him, but I can't change how I feel. This is a deal breaker if he'll be unable to satisfy me sexually. Am I an asshole for wanting to end the relationship? Ooh, dang. Oh, man. I'm surprised that she kind of found his body, I guess you would say, unattractive after so long. Because, I mean, you see him in clothes, right? I would think, you see him in clothes and you can kind of get an idea of what he looks like naked. You can kind of get an idea, but I guess he's just maybe one of those guys that I don't know. Cause like we got the dudes that are growers. We got the dudes that are showers. We got the dudes that are growers where it's like it looks small, but then you turn this on and it's like bloop. That's the team I'm on. But then you got these natural motherfuckers. They just walking around swanging meat, and they just got it like that. I'm sadly not on that team. You guys out there, I'm sure some of you guys out there are on that team, but sadly I'm on the grower team. So it's like it looks small, and then you turn me on, it's like bloop. So, but I mean, if he's not a grower, it's not one of those things where it's just like. That, well, she said it, he's pretty much not, because apparently the condom didn't fit. Like, my God, how does a condom not fit, man? You got to get some of them Warped Tour condoms, I guess. Those things are super fucking small. Those things are like balloons. But I mean, to the situation of should she break up with her dude, I don't know. Because my thing is like, look, for a guy, 100%, if you're not physically attracted to your girl and it's just something that you're not really into, yeah, break up with the girl, because look, man, if your Johnson down there ain't ready to partay, then there is no relationship. Sorry. Girl's personality can be 100% and to the moon and great and all that 100% stuff, whatever. But, if a girl don't make my dick hard, goodbye. That's just the way it goes. Sorry to say it. You can say what it is. But my thing is baby girl, if I feel like with a girl, they're more kind of turned on in their mind by the personality and who the guy is and stuff. So my thing is if you can find a way to be sexually satisfied, maybe his dick game is just not going to be what satisfies you. Try some foreplay, try some oral, maybe try a little 69 action, maybe. I don't know. You guys might have to try something out, because if you really like him for his personality, which a lot of girls go for that anyway, they look at it like, I need to be turned on up here, and then, I can have sex with this guy. It doesn't really matter what he looks like. Of course, a lot of women want an attractive aesthetic physique, of course. But let's be honest here, a lot of motherfuckers are just fat slobs and they don't want to work out. So, hey, it is what it is. It sucks to suck sometimes. You know what I mean? I always advocate guys get in the gym, get at least a decent physique. You don't have to look fucking, shredded to the nines or nothing. Like, I'm not that guy. I'm not shredded to the nines, but I have a decent physique to where it's like, it's attractive and presentable to a woman, Like, come on, guys. What are we doing here? Dad bod is not a fucking thing. I'm sorry. A lot of women out here be capping over that dad bod shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, because if they could attract a guy with a six-pack, they would have the guy with the six-pack. If they knew the guy with the six-pack wasn't gonna cheat on them, they'd be with the guy with the six-pack, because he ain't gonna cheat on them. I'm just saying. Let's keep it on OP. That's like guys sitting there acting like they like fat girls. No, you don't. You just can't get the skinny girls that you actually want to be with. But if you could get them skinny bitches, oh hell yeah, you'd be with them. That's all cap and cope. Copium is real, brother. Man. Some people just keep it more real than others, Hey, is what it is. But like I said, for her, try to find other ways, and if he can't satisfy you in those other ways, then yeah, I'd break up with him. I'd say you're not an asshole, because sex may not be a big component in a relationship, but it is an important part of a relationship, because then if the sex ain't there, you're going to be looking for it in somebody else. You're going to be wanting to cheat. You're going to be looking at Chad over there. You can be like, damn, Chad, shit, I bet your shit gets long and hard. She accidentally grabbed another motherfucker's package, like, oh, Jesus. Oh, my God, my boyfriend could never, I'm just saying. So... Oh my goodness. Alright, let's get on to the next one. This one is called I Ruined My Life. Let's see. I recently married a few weeks ago, dated for 7 years prior to this, and I suddenly feel like I'm seeing this person in a new light. I can't do anything right, and I'm constantly told that they are going to off themselves over petty fights. I've asked several times for them not to use that as a threat, as my best friend in high school took his own life. Recently, we have been quitting nicotine, and the other night I said I was in an irritable mood and was mad that he paused the TV when I picked up my phone. He kept asking what was wrong. Turned into a screaming match where he wouldn't let me leave the apartment and wouldn't let me sit in the bathroom. He was going to sleep in the other room, but eventually joined me. The next day, we both pretended like nothing happened. Tonight, his show ended, and he put on the documentary we were watching before. Asked what I want to do, but I didn't hear him, and he storms out. Blames me for offering a kiss earlier, but not just kissing him. Went to bed, and I am on the couch like everything I do is wrong. We went through couples counseling before the wedding because I had some doubts and I thought things could be better. I had so much ambition and plans for my life, and I obviously I'm not getting into all the details here, but I feel like my life is over. I fucked up. So she feels like her life is over because her dude is maybe like abusive, is what I'm thinking, because that's what it kind of seems like. Kind of seems like homeboy is like we had a scenario before where there was this girl, she was dating like this overly emotional guy, where he was just like punching walls and poles and he was trying to break his wrist and all this crap, and and it's just like I try my best to just be like, ladies, stop dating emotional men. Dude, just stop dating these guys. These guys are the worst of the worst when it comes to dudes, because an overly emotional guy leads to violence, and it always does, because they feel like they're not getting their way. They feel like they're not getting what they want. Things aren't going their way, and so they want to take it out on you. You know what I mean? Or if they ask you something and say you just don't hear them, or you're like, huh? Oh, what'd you say? And they're like, oh, you never listen to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like these overly emotional dudes. I hate when women are in this position, because then they feel like, oh, fuck, now I can't get out. And dude is over here like, no, you can't leave. You're not going anywhere. And you're da-da-da-da-da. And then he's really threatening violence now. And it's like, oh, shit. And now you in a real tough situation that you really don't want to be in, if I'm being honest with you. I'm just saying. Oh, because that's what it is. She's in a relationship with an overly emotional dude that's just like, just going off on the randomest things, the littlest tiny thing, he'll just blow up on her. And it's just like, dude, really? I mean, she said she feels like she ruined her life. She said, we went through couples counseling before the wedding because I had some doubts and I thought things could be better. I had much ambition and plans for my life, and I obviously am not getting into all the details here, but I feel like my life is over. Girl, your life ain't over. It's not. If I'm being honest with you, you just need to find a way to leave this guy and move on. I always try to be an advocate to work out relationships 100%, but when a dude is being abusive in a relationship, even if it's just like verbally, or he's being just very over emotional about shit, get out as quick as you can. Run. That relationship is not going to work itself out. Like I even told the last girl, when she had her emotional dude, I was like, do not get back together with that guy. Reason being is because all the shit that he is doing, even if he's like, oh, I changed and I'm a better man and all this other crap, no, it's not going to work. He's not going to change. He's not going to be better. It's not going to really change anything. It's just not, And so the fact that you're in this situation, your life's not over. You just need to get out of it. If I'm being honest with you, you need to go, because that motherfucker, you never know, it may get to a point where he socks you or something, and that, yeah, or God forbid he shoots you or something. Like, I'm just saying, All right, we got into our last scenario for the episode. It is, I took a shit in the parking lot of my boyfriend's workplace. You bitches are crazy. Okay, hear me out. My boyfriend works evening shift, and with the time change, it gets dark at like 5:30 p.m. now. I surprised him sometimes with food on his lunch break. My belly had been acting up earlier the day because I'm lactose intolerant and thought eating ice cream was a good idea. You lactose intolerant motherfuckers are crazy. What? Oh, I could never. My God. So I'm waiting in the parking lot for him to go on break, and my belly starts betraying me. It literally feels like I'm going into labor. I have nowhere to go, so I pulled into the darkest part of the parking lot and took a massive shit. I wish I was joking. It was right next to a minivan, but I couldn't care. But I couldn't care at the time. So by this point, I'm like, I can't let him know I was there because it would be a dead giveaway who it was. I took whatever dignity I had left. Damn, and she didn't even wipe her booty hole. Yeah. Oh man, she threw her panties and pants back on with a dirty booty hole. Oh my God. The next day, his coworker and his wife comes over for some beers, and his coworker is like, yeah, somebody took a massive shit in the parking lot next to Gary's van and Stanley stepped in it. Oh no. Oh my God. The next day, his coworker and his wife comes. Oh yeah, okay. I was like, what? No way. Who would have done that? Are you sure it was a human? And my boyfriend is like, no, it was definitely a human. But I laughed my ass off when Stanley stepped in it. But did they even wipe? What did they even wipe with? His coworker said, I don't know, but whoever it was didn't hold back. It took everything in me not to bust out laughing. I must have been convincing because neither of them seemed to be on to me. But I swear I'm cracking up even typing this out. I didn't have anyone else to tell this to except my cousin, and she got a laugh out of it. Oh my God, that is funny. Imagine you're just like, you're waiting for your significant other and you're just like, oh, okay, I really fucking gotta go. And you go and you just hide behind a minivan and you're just like, and you just let it go. And then, you walk off with your dirty booty hole and your dignity left. And what little dignity left you have. You walk off, and then out of nowhere, you hear, you have some his buddies and coworkers and stuff like that, and they're just like, yo, did you hear somebody took a shit? And you're just like, no way, really? Wow. How embarrassing that would be. Oh, dude, I know I'd be embarrassed. I'd be like, oh shit. My body would run hot. I would be like, oh. And I would have done the same thing she did. I'd played that fucking shit off, bro. I'd have been like, what? No way. That's crazy. I was in the car the whole time. Like, I never saw a thing. Oh, man. Oh, that's going to go ahead and end today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Like I said, every Sunday we're going live on TikTok, so be there or be square. If you're not, don't worry about it. I'll be posting the live episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as YouTube, so you guys can catch all the madness there if you miss us live. But try to catch us live, like I said, every Sunday, 5 p.m. So be there. If you're not following us on TikTok, go ahead and click on that link tree. We got it in there. Follow, give us a follow, and check us out there every Sunday. And Patreon, if you want to send in your scenario, just like the last one. I forgot to mention that, but this last scenario was a Patreon scenario. But if you want your scenario on the show, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. $3 a month gets you an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as the ability to send in your scenario to the podcast. And I mean, it's a great value, man. You're paying $3 and you get an extra episode a week, man. You get Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Man, that's a lot of content. You guys are working me to death. But, all the support that you guys have been giving, it makes me want to do more content for you guys. So if I'm being honest with you, I'm enjoying it. And it's going to be awesome to connect with you guys. I love doing that. That's my favorite part of this, is getting to see your comments and getting to see you guys' reactions. So that's why I thought a live show would actually be the best way to do it. And, TikTok's kind of a great place to do it. We kind of popping over there. So, follow us there. Check us out on Sunday for the lives, and peace.